What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. I'm the Crypto Crow, and it is 5:30. It's 5:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I am live. And I figured it'd be a good time. My wife is heading out to salsa once again for the evening. She's got to get her groove on. I'm just too big. I'm too big. But I figured I'd go live and talk about all kinds of stuff. I've got some ideas, different things to share, some news, just a little everything. What's up, cuz? My cousin Alex is first in chat because everyone else is a slacker this evening. Crypto Wick, what's going on? Let's go. Kopi, yes, you finally caught a live crypto guy, 1976. Here it is. Ready to rock. I am too. What's going on, Wendell Litecoin? There's all kinds of fun stuff going on, man. I'm really pumped about midnight, actually. Charles actually sent me a message, and he has not responded yet because I asked him a question, and just trying to figure out this midnight thing, like what's going on with this, and what do I have to do? And he sent me this string of technical stuff, kind of explaining it. I'm like very grateful that he said it, but I'm not 100% sure. And I asked him, I was like, is it okay to send this to my developer? Because I want to make sure that the Crow node is like rustling and bustling with all of this when it's ready. And so I almost sound like it's not. It's just there's like it's not 100% final. Like they're finalizing. It's getting there. It's close, and he's kind of explaining some of the tech associated with it and things. But it was nice to see him actually respond to a question. And I asked him, like, can I make this public? I mean, is this like private thing you don't want public yet, or what? And he just hasn't even seen that. So I'm waiting. Anytime somebody sends me something, especially about something up and coming, I don't want. I think it's already public information because he's sending me public links, but I don't know what's what because I'm not a developer. So I just, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Just saw the midnight interview. Super interesting. Maybe at some point, I'll get Charles on and he won't be in his car and we'll get him a good microphone. Like he's got all the equipment. I just got to catch him when he's home. And then maybe I'd love to talk to him about midnight and explain some things, but I definitely want more final exposure as to what's going on. I don't want just kind of like, well, this is what we're thinking and that's what we're working on, and we're not really sure about this yet. I want to see it like I want to be able to have Charles on and say, hey, this is what's coming. This is what's happening. I know that November 13th is supposed to be a big date. And I watched some clips from the summit, the Cardano summit. And I thought, this sounds good, man. This sounds good. And then he said, hey, November 13th, mark the date. And then he said something else. And I wasn't sure if he was talking about the something else for November 13th, or if this is going to be like a midnight airdrop type thing happening. And I'm going to hazard a guess and say that it's not a midnight airdrop happening on the 13th, but I could be wrong. I just didn't understand what the guy was saying. It was like talking out of two sides of his mouth, I guess. And I'm like, which one of these is November 13th? Is it both? Like, what's happening? Obviously, it was just a video, so I couldn't ask questions. But, it is what it is. We'll find out in due time. We'll take a look at some stuff while we're getting more people in here. Maybe some shameless self-promotion. Let's see. What can I share? Share screen. We will share. Oh, no. I want to share the window. From the window to the walls. What I haven't talked about in a while is murder of crows, fools. How many of you guys are still minting these puppies? Mint up to 10 at a time. I want to see these sold out. I want these all gone. I want them done. And I see them all over Twitter now. I see these everywhere now. And I mean, it's getting close. I will say this. I was getting some updates from Cornucopius, and it looks like we're getting close to me being able to start actually doing some of the stuff that I planned with these Murder of Crows NFTs. They are going to unlock access to some cool stuff. And, like I always say, man, like everything I do is kind of for fun, not necessarily, this isn't going to make anybody rich or anything, but it'll be fun. And hopefully they have some value someday. Um, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we? The Crow tokens. This is my baby, man. I am working on trying to get these listed on centralized exchanges. I'm working on something with Fair Desk. They are my channels, excuse me, my sponsor, and I've been trading on them. I'm going to show you my trade today. It was pretty good. Made like $100, and I'm going to show you all kinds of stuff. Man, I've just got the hiccups for some reason. Also, make sure you follow me on ko-fi.com/cryptocrow, because I am going to be doing something on here. I think this is a good platform to do it. Obviously, you can download the Crypto Decoded magazine that I created. This is badass. Like, especially for family, if you've got brothers and sisters, or your mom or your uncle or whatever, and you're trying to get them interested in excuse me, in crypto, you can download this for free. I'm not selling it. I was, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just distribute it for free. You can donate if you want. Like, if you download it and you're reading it and you're like, wow, I learned something and this was awesome and this was worth it, I'm going to donate. Cool. That'd be awesome. You can also download the Crow Your Coins theme song by Rena Hara. You can download it for free, or you could donate, of course. I spent like $8,000 to buy the rights to this song so that I can give it away, and so that I could do whatever I want with it without having to worry about copyright strikes and things. It might have been more than that. I can't remember. So yeah, I mean, and so now it's mine. It's mine. I can do whatever I want with it. And yeah. Daniel Lawson, what's going on? My other cousin. I've never seen him in chat. How can I report that Alex Lawson guy on here? That's kind of funny. Such a troll. So yeah, make sure you follow me on this, because I'm reading something. I'm going to show you guys. Hold on. I'm going to pull this up full screen so I can show you this book I've got. Oh, where is it? I got to go to this other window. There we go. So I've got this book that I'm reading, The Market Maker's Matrix. And I've got a couple others as well. This is like from the perspective of a market maker, basically how he fools you, how he tricks you, his methodology, showing how everything lays out. And what's funny is he appears to be using like Wyckoff distribution accumulation phases, but there's some nuances to that. And I'm trying to learn that. Then I got another book that's basically how to trade against the market maker. And I have begun doing Trade Travel Chill's course, because here's the thing. I'm touted a lot. I'm just going to be very real here. Like, I'm touted a lot as being this power trader, right? Like, oh, Crow's a great trader. No, I'm not. I'm not. And I don't want anybody to think I am, really. I participate in the trade wars. We're going to be making the trades tomorrow and things. And here's the thing. I know how to trade. I've made money trading. And I've had some fun with it, but it is super, super stressful. And I don't understand the full psychology of trading yet. And risk management is definitely not a thing that I do. I basically, I guess you could say in some ways I gamble. And because of this Fair Desk sponsorship that I have, I don't want to, like, I'll show you. So this is my Fair Desk account. And you can see I made a trade today, transaction fee, funding fee. It was like $40. I made $108 afterwards, but it was basically $153, almost $154 trade. And like, okay, that's cool. And Fair Desk has been really good to me. And they basically restock my account with like $1,500 every week. So that's kind of the relationship. We're launching a contest, a giveaway. It's more of a giveaway, not a contest. So people that hit the link in the description, I think when you set up an account and I think you make a little deposit or whatever, you go into, it's like a drawing and all that. And it's going to continue growing as my followers grow, as my usership grows and things. But here's the thing. I tell everybody, I don't want anybody copy trading me, because I'm doing a few different things. And I've been experimenting over the past week. I've been experimenting with my indicator. For one, I don't even know if you can see it, but down here, you can kind of see where it says flying crow. This is my indicator. And my indicator, when the flying crow flies on a chart, I know it's about to go crazy. And that's what I've been trading. And obviously it did. It went crazy, but I didn't get a diving crow. A diving crow means the price is about to go down. And I generally don't get those until quite a few metrics are in place that make up that signal. Now, every once in a while, I will get something else that says, well, like this diving crow, that was accurate. It moved down pretty well. Every once in a while, though, I'll get a flying crow trigger or something like that. And then after a candle, it'll reverse on me. Even though when the indicator signals, typically from there, it goes into a profitable position. But if I don't get out of that quickly, it can reverse on me. And so I am learning risk management specifically for that, because I'm going kind of like all in and all out. And I've been like just degenning all over the place. Right. And I don't want to do that anymore. And what I want to do is I'm going to create a system, like a surefire system, because if I trade with the system, it will take the stress out of trading and help me really do this long term every single day. I'm charting it out. I'm looking it up. I'm finding my system setup. I'm finding my trade setup. And I'm going about it in a very structured, logical way, rather than like, I'm going to degen because I think something's going to go up. My indicator said it's going to go up. There's more to it than this. And this is the one thing that I've been learning about all these indicators. All of these indicators that are out there, and I've been experimenting with so many different ones, kind of getting better ideas as to how this works and why, and all of this. Because I just love indicators. I love the different ways that they go about, revealing the market to people. And I am trying to create my own, like a real legit day trading system. And what I'm going to be doing on Ko-Fi is documenting that. So, people that are already following me on here, I basically tell you exactly what I'm doing. I'm telling you, I made this trade. I lost. Here's why I lost. This is what happened. That's a negative 18% trade. That was because I was doing the trade wars and I made that degen trade that wasn't supposed to matter at all. And I made it on my main account. And I did that by accident. And so I'm like, oh, hell. And then I've got other trades in here, 5.23%, 1.55%. So, but I'm documenting my trades, not necessarily because I'm like, look what I can do. It's not like that. I'm just basically showing, listen, I'm actively trading. But in the midst of that, I'm learning a lot. Okay, I am exposing myself to so much knowledge and information that I'm going to use to formulate my own system. And I want to start a trading group. And I thought about just adding a channel on my Discord, or just, pushing everything to Telegram, but I'm not 100% sure what direction I want to go with it. But I know that it's going, like right now, my Discord is piped into this Ko-Fi. So people that like set up accounts and they follow me on here, if they comment or whatever, I can see if they're also in my Discord. So that's really cool. I'm going to change this. I don't really like the way this looks, honestly. It's got all the different websites and things, all the projects I've got in the works, but yeah, so I mean, let me know, in the comments, like, what do you guys think of this kind of thing? Oh my gosh, my other cousin's here. All my cousins are here. This is like a cookout. What's going on, Emily? So it's just, there's so much to this. And so I just kind of wanted to let everybody know, this is what I'm doing. I am going to effectively start day trading, and Fair Trade is my sponsor. I'm really digging the platform, and it's good stuff. So, and I wanted to take a quick look. This is Bitcoin on a daily candle. And you can see here where I've charted out this Wyckoff pattern here as it sits. And then we go up. And what's funny is this market maker book that I'm reading now, it basically explains these cycles. And if we are in what I believe we could be in on a daily chart, this pump is by design and will likely end up taking us into a distribution channel here. And through this distribution, it makes sense because I also have this bars pattern here. Okay. Well, what does that mean? Well, the bars pattern, let me make this a little bigger here and see if we can zoom in a bit. So this bars pattern, I can't even remember. I think I took this off of the 2017 market rally. Okay. And we were around the same time, because it comes down deeper into here, because I did this a few weeks back. I'm sure some of you guys will remember better than I do. But I took this bars pattern and I basically plugged it in, and I showed how, if we were to follow the 2017 market cycle rather than something akin to the 2018 or the 2019, 2021, this could take us up to around $235,000 in Bitcoin. Okay. And I absolutely think that is a potential. This is obviously, I'm looking at 2025 here. Now, with that being said, what's funny is I just happened to look at this chart again after quite some time, and look what happens. You can see here that we went sideways, we pumped up a bit, and then we came down, and I started this bars pattern. And what happened? When I threw this on here, I had no idea. It was down here. We were red. And look at this. This is the bars pattern from 2017. Would you say that we are, I don't know, emulating the 2017 market or what? So this is extremely interesting to me. And then what happens is, what happens? We pump up and then we go sideways a bit. We come down and then we go sideways. And we have this, what I would assume to be a bit of a distribution channel. And if we get that distribution channel, this is ultimately when the whales are dumping. They're basically putting their bags, taking the profit from everything else that's happened. They pump this all the way up here. The market makers basically make this go, for the most part, sideways with some zigs and zags in between. And then we go sideways a bit and we get ready for the next pattern, which could be basically something that plays out here, where we might end up getting an accumulation pattern from here. After the distribution, we get an accumulation one. And then what is this? This would be the spring. This would be the spring. And then we might come down from there. And this could ultimately, it's not even, I forget which one it is. It's either a pattern one or pattern two, where it's not necessarily considered the spring, but it's a pump in that market to give strength, right? Then we come back down and then boom, we have the halving, and away we go for the rest of this is where I'm looking at it saying, okay, we're officially in a bull market, because all kinds of stuff can happen in between here. And in the 2019, 2020 into the 2021 market, we got a significant dip here, but this is modeled after the 2017 market. So, we got like a 60% drop between now and the halving in 2020. Okay, as we were leading into the halving. So, this is all stuff that I'm kind of exploring and figuring out, and just looking at the chart and reading some of these books and understanding the market maker mindset. So between all of this is how I plan to start really structuring my trades. I'm going to start looking at the 1 day. I'm going to go down to the 4 hour. I'm going to be looking at the patterns. I'm going to see where we're going, where we're heading in the direction as it relates to the market makers, the way the market is expected to play out based off of what I'm seeing. And then I'm going to go all the way down to like the 5 and 15 minute candles. I'm going to use my indicator to give me these points of interest, so to speak, so that I kind of get an idea. But then I'm going to look at everything else, say, does my indicator tell me X, Y, Z? And I'm going to document all this, and hopefully people start following me and join me for the ride. If you want to learn how to trade, with me, just the same way so many of you guys got into the cryptocurrency space with me. This is something I've always wanted to do. Look, it was either this or it was this. So you guys can't see it, but I was either going to start reading a bunch of trade books, or I was going to get into this. And this book hasn't even been cracked yet. As much as I would love to be a programmer and a coder, I probably have 10 books on various programming languages, from Haskell to Python. I've got a bunch of Python books. I've got all kinds of stuff. Maybe someday, when I'm so blind I have to wear Coke bottles to see, then I'll probably dive in. But I think right now, once everything is said and done, I want to be able to start trading. I want to trade in a bear market. I want to trade in all markets year round, and I want it to be that thing I do each and every day. And so that's what I'm going to do. I've committed. I'm learning how to do this. Not just like random swing trades here and there when I kind of feel like something's going to happen in the market. I want to take advantage. No, I want to freaking day trade. I want to turn every day. And I'm going to set goals. I'm going to say, listen, I'm going to get to a point where every day I make $100 trading. Between start and end of business, I'm out. Next day, rinse and repeat. And then as I'm growing my funds, I'm growing my coffer, so to speak, I want to be able to do 1,000 a day. That's the plan. And I absolutely think it's doable, especially given my knowledge, my experience in the crypto space and how things tend to work in the markets. I think I should be able to pull that off with the right fundamentals, the right tools, the right risk management, and hopefully I'll help you guys too. So yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and you follow me on Ko-Fi. Let's take a quick look at some of the metrics going on in the Cardano space. I'm going to get to some news. Currently total staked 65.75% of the ADA of ADA's total supply is being delegated to nodes. That was I think it's like $8 billion worth of Cardano is being staked to nodes. The number of active pools is increasing a bit. We're going to get back over to 3,000, I'm sure, as people are wanting to capitalize on running stake pool nodes. So yeah, I mean, I think from here though, realistically, I can't see many late comers to the SPO space doing significantly well unless it's like institutions or people with built-in like exchanges. You know, if you're ADA sitting on an exchange or something, I know that can be staked, but you know, a lot of these exchanges suck up the majority of your ROI. So if you're leaving your crypto on exchanges, any exchange, they might be earning a 5% yield every epoch, and you're only getting 2% of that. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you want the full? Throw it on Daedalus, stake it to a node, and just leave it alone, and you'll get the full yield. I don't know why people are still leaving crypto on exchanges. I always tell everybody, you use an exchange like a public toilet. You go in, you do your business, you get the hell out before you catch syphilis. Okay, that's the way it should be. Total value locked 297 million. Now this is the official total value locked, but you know me, I like to include what's being staked as well, because if Ethereum and other blockchains that are locking up your crypto are counting that as TVL, and everybody's going to use this as some kind of metric, then Cardano's taking the cake. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Cardano's taking the cake. My Crow node is doing very well. It keeps going up, man. You guys are delegating and staking to it more and more. I love it. 38.9 million ADA are currently being delegated to the Crow node, and I absolutely appreciate it. You know, I've got my 100,000 ADA pledge on there. I haven't touched it since I launched this node years ago. When did I launch this node? It has been a couple years, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, that's pretty cool stuff. Now, investors pump fresh $600 million into Cardano. This just came out today. Cardano ADA. Let me make this a little bit bigger so that you guys can see it. I don't have to say that very often, but today I will. Cardano's ADA attracts $600 million from big investors, hinting at a bright future for its growing DeFi platform. Data shows that big investors are buying lots of ADA, Cardano's currency, putting over $600 million into it. This is a strong sign of their belief in ADA's value. Ownership shifts in Cardano. A close look at who owns ADA tells us more. Small owners have slightly fewer coins, but the big players with thousands of ADA have grown in number, especially those with investments over $10 million have more than doubled, showing they expect ADA to do well. Of course they do. I mean, it's like, of course they do. Now, this is not crypto related, but I thought this was on Decrypt. I don't know why exactly they're putting this out, but it is what it is. Elon Musk's Neuralink wants human volunteers after killing 1,500 animals. And I find this such a backhanded thing. Sander Lutz, I don't know who this is, but I'm going to guess. I'm making a mental guess. I want to see. Oh, UC Berkeley. Okay. I wonder. That's funny. I haven't even noticed this before. Is UC Berkeley kind of a yes, of course it is. I already know. I as soon as I saw the headline of the article, I thought, okay, I already know who what kind of person's writing this, and sure enough, I was right. Because you know what, all of these, any of these technologies, whether it's shampoo or otherwise, basically, you know, a lot of them test on animals, and I'm not saying that it's a good thing, but I'm just saying it's very common practice when it comes to science. And I just love how since Elon has become an enemy of the left, they're all going after him with their little clever articles and the way they're going after him. And I just think it's really ridiculous. This guy probably uses products to, like, you know, shine his beard that killed more animals than Neuralink has. But, you know, this is where he's putting his energy. I'm just like, get over yourself, dude. So whatever, you know, I just think it's funny because I didn't even check this before. I was just going to read the article, and then I'm like, you know what? Let me check this guy. Oh, you see, bro. Okay, I get it now. I get it. It makes sense. But isn't it kind of a shame that where you went to college can almost like dictate your politics? It's like, come on, man. Let's start thinking for ourselves a little bit. At some point, that'd be a really great thing. So anyway, in Bitcoin's price, this is, you know, this is currently bouncing off of this. Well, it's support now, but it's working its way through, trying to turn it into resistance. And we can see that the color band is changing. You know, it was green, and then it's working its way into red. So if we drop below this is on a 15-minute candle, mind you. If we drop below this, we could bounce off of this moving average, and then that could be the new standard. And then we just work sideways from here. And that's honestly what I can expect to see. I know a lot of people are expecting to see like a $40,000, $42,000 Bitcoin in the near future. And maybe that happens, but that's a long daggone way to go on a 15-minute. Now, when you're looking at greater candle sizes, you know, it may not be as big of a deal. So we'll see. 227 of you guys live in the Chizat with me, and I greatly appreciate it. This was an interesting article. Sleeping giant Cardano. I'm not reading the whole thing, but this is just an excerpt that I thought was interesting. Thing expects that Cardano will gain more recognition in the coming years due to a convergence of factors building up. However, he acknowledged that Cardano's slow methodological approach to blockchain development has frustrated everyone involved. It has a little bit, but it is what it is. Nonetheless, Singh believes that this approach must be trusted and relevant in the long term. The founders didn't want to make a blockchain for the next 3 to 5 years. They want to make a blockchain for the next 30 to 50 years, even longer than that, as long as they can get quantum proof. Moreover, Singh is optimistic that the fruits of this digital approach will pay dividends in the future. Singh told Daily Coin that Cardano's technical advantages are becoming more recognized by entities who want a blockchain to work as advertised. This recognition will see more national ministries and large-scale enterprises adopting the Cardano blockchain, predicts Singh. And that's absolutely what I believe as well. And of course, you've got the Cardano partnership. This is big news, folks, and I'm actually kind of proud of it because I thought Polkadot was fine. I know that a lot of people were hating it. Gregory Liu with a $20 tip in super chat. What's going on, man? I appreciate that. Love you, Crow, and your actual. Hold on, I can't see it. Well, that's a handsome dude. Is that AI? What's going on there? Those are some white teeth, man. I wish my teeth were that white. Love you, Crow, and your critical thinking, not hive mind. Yeah, I don't think I could survive very long with hive mind. Beautiful teeth, by the way. So I'm going to get to more of the comments going on in the chat here in a minute. I'm going to cover this article real quick. Cardano and Polkadot have announced a strategic partnership. This collaboration is poised to have profound implications for the Web3 ecosystem. Cardano's architectural design serves as a cornerstone of its infrastructure. So Cardano will use Substrate, the foundation of the Polkadot SDK, to build out its partner chain project, showcasing Substrate's potential to expand across Web3 and its ease of use for other chains and ecosystems. And you know why I think this is actually a really cool thing? Because for one, I like how Charles has put out many times for different crypto projects, whether it be Ethereum or like other projects. And he's come out and said, you know what, we should work together. You know, you could bring your chain over, be a side chain with us, or you can do this, or you could do that. And a lot of people always looked at it like he was taking jabs, but I just think Charles has been wanting to work with other blockchains. And now they are. Now they're working with Polkadot. I think that's great. You know, I think Charles has extended the olive branch to a lot of projects out there. And you know, I think, you know, some people give Charles a lot of shit because he seems kind of arrogant or what, like, you know, people have their own perception of Charles, right? And I mean, I think you kind of have to be to some extent. Like there are, I've had my little issues, my little tips with Charles over the years. It's kind of like a, like a weird, I don't know, it's like a weird thing, right? But the reality is that you definitely have to have a particular mindset to be able to be the head of something so big and so ground changing, or world changing. And you have to be able to just not let everything eat at you, especially some of the toxicity that's found through the tribalism of cryptocurrencies, right? I mean, bag holders of other cryptos are always trying to go after other bag holders of other cryptos because they want theirs to be number one. This is like Highlander. Everybody's looking at it as a zero sum game, and it's not. It doesn't have to be that way. I like when I see projects working together for the greater good, and ultimately that shows me that, listen, they found something in Polkadot that Charles feels is going to benefit both parties. So why not do it together? And I feel like some developers, some leaders of big blockchain projects like this could very easily say, you know what? Yeah, they've got something, but we don't want to show weakness. We're going to try and do this ourselves. Why try and reinvent the wheel? And it's not a weakness. I feel like this to me is like, to me, it's a sign of strength and strong leadership. If you're willing to accept that another development team or a development company is putting out something that can benefit you and your project, why wouldn't you take advantage of that, build that partnership, and everybody grow together? And that's the way I think everything should be in this crypto space. But unfortunately, it's not. There's a lot of egos, especially when there's so much money at stake and there's so much money involved. Everybody wants to be number one. Everybody wants to be the best. Everybody wants the community. They want everything. And, unfortunately, it's a very narcissistic world out there, and I actually applaud this. I think this is actually a really big deal. It's a good thing. So let me take a quick look at chat, and I'm going to have to scroll up here a little bit. Let's see. I want to make sure I don't miss a lot, so we're going to go through. Kopi, yes. Yes, Kopi. Finally caught alive. Yes, you did. Ready to rock, sir. Put out a little video. Maybe I'll show it. It's kind of funny. I put out a little video on Twitter today of me doing some light bag work, and it's a little cringe to me personally, but it's kind of funny. I am so like not. I'm gonna ramp it up. Let's put it that way. I'm definitely gonna ramp it up. Let me pause it. I'll share it here. I'll show everybody in just a second. Sup, Crow. Are we getting drops? I think we are. They made when I was listening to the whole thing about midnight, they made it sound like ADA holders are going to get drops. And so yeah, I'm actually pretty pumped about that, man, because like I've already averaged in, baby. My shit's already locked up. It's ready to just sit safely away for at least the next year. And then, we're going to see where the market's at in 2025. And then, maybe I'll pull it out of hiding or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm already in. So if we're getting drops, my only thing is I don't want to have to like go and do a whole bunch of shit to get any airdrops coming to me. Because damn it, if I got to go pull everything out and get everything set up and do all kinds of shit just to get my Cardano active somewhere, or I got to do something with it, I'm gonna leg kick the shit out of somebody. So yeah, we'll see. Here, I'll play this fun little thing. This is me doing a little bit of bag work for my fight coming up with Karate Combat and Ramil. And Ramil actually sent me this hilarious Instagram video of these two guys trading leg kicks, and the one guy ended up kicking the other one so hard that his legs just both flew out from under him and he almost smacked his face. I don't have that ready, or I'd show it. Maybe I'll show it tomorrow if I go live again. But here's the little video. What does it look like if I go full screen with it? Yeah, okay, I'll play it. All right, here we go. Maybe you can hear it. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it. I forgot. Boom. My big fat ass throwing elbows on a tie bag. I'm so rusty. It's not even funny, but I'm down to 278. I'll say that. It's funny how that is actually shaking everything. And I didn't realize that. Well, you guys don't know this is zoomed in. The camera was way across on the other side of the room. And I'm still kicking that bag and the camera was shaking. So I didn't even notice that until just now that this is full screen. I wasn't even really getting into it that hard because I was like I'm sore. I even told Kristen, like, I'm really flat today. I just don't have the energy. I didn't have the oomph. But anyway, just some light bag work, nothing major. Boom, boom. Anyway, I'm bored. So yeah, I don't know. It was kind of fun. And over time, I'll continue to get better and better. And my trainer's actually going to show up when we're 3 months out from the fight, and that's when shit's going to get real because I know he's going to try and just wreck my ass. So yeah, that's going to be full blown hardcore cardio and everything. I tell you, man, the boxing, like a legit boxing training, man, this shit is brutal, brutal. But hopefully, I'll lose some weight. I'd like to be 265 because I have not weighed 26. I'm 278 right now. I have not weighed 265. I mean, when I last fought, I was 285. So I'm already lighter than I was when I fought the last time 11 years ago. So if I get to 265, that's apparently, I think it was either 250 or 265 is what my doctor said. At 7 foot, my ideal weight is. I'm like, that's like having an eating disorder at my height. Like, you saw what I built like now at 278. It's like 250. I might as well just cut off my legs. My first live stream. Well, what's going on, Joshua V? Hopefully it's informative and somewhat entertaining for you. Just saw the midnight interview. Super interesting. I haven't watched that interview yet with Big Pay. I need to check it out. I actually like the stuff he does. I see him on TikTok a lot. He's kind of new, I think, to the scene. And I don't mean that as a jab, because he's a smart kid. I saw you kicking that bag so hard I was scared to come in here. This is a safe place. What? Were you there? That'd be funny if you were actually at the gym today. Maybe you and Dan CCV could get together to discuss it. I'm not quite sure what we're talking about now. I should probably look at the chat. Is Alex on here also? I don't know. Woo, what's going on, Mr. Random? How are you? Go Crow. Crypto Chef's in the house. I don't know why he's in chat. He should be working on those damn metrics. I'm just joking. Crypto Chef's crazy big helper, man. He's helping me get all the metrics down for these deep dives I'm going to be doing for all the projects Superman has been talking about. I'm so happy to have caught you in a live. Yeah, I'm going to try and go live a little more often than not. I generally have a little more fun with it. Cornucopia's 23rd of December. Let's meet there. We'll see. What's going on, Buckley X? How you doing, man? Fly. Ada gangs. December 13th is when they onboard the first steps. I think you're thinking of are you talking about November 13th? When Midnight's supposed to onboard their first developers, or the first test net devs, rather. Smash up the like. That's always a nice thing. And I'm streaming to Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. But I think that only my YouTube viewers, I think only my YouTube viewers are really doing anything. Smash the like for the crow. Thank you, Darren Cooper. I appreciate that. I got some crows. Good. I got some too. What do I do with the Soblock NFT? Well, that's a good question. That's going to come to more meaning here in the not so distant future. Hopefully, my developer's been working on updates. He's got a big one coming. He's actually brought on some help because I kind of raised a little hell. I'm like, what are we doing here? None of the key systems are implemented yet, but I've only got one developer for Soblock, so everything takes a lot longer, and he's a little slow. So he's working on it, but I definitely expect to see some big things happening before the bull market. Hope partnership benefits Ada and Dot. I do too, man. There's plenty of room for everybody. What about an interview with Iron Barak, CEO of Midnight? I mean, I'd love to do it. I'd have him on. Tag him on Twitter. I don't know. I need to go find him on Twitter and I'll follow him. Maybe I'll hound him a little bit myself. How do I report that Alex Lawson guy? That's funny. Give me a wrench. I'll take care of it. All right. Hello, Akron, Ohio. What's going on? That's an hour north of where I was growing up early on in Canton, Ohio. I was just writing a bio because I just hired a publicist recently. And yeah, it was I had to write a little bio and parts where I grew up. Haircut is looking sharp. Thank you, Jason Owen. What's going on, man? I just got my hair did today. And I was talking to the guy, and I was like, yeah, we got to talking about crypto a little bit. I like to spread some love here and there, and I like to take care of my barbers and things, And I feel like it's always good to pay a man that can hold a straight razor to your throat. Take care of those fellas. So I generally like to take care of people that are like in the service industry in general. But yeah, man, when it comes to my barber, they help me look good. They help me feel young. They're doing a big service to me, especially if they've got talent and skills. So I typically pay them pretty well. And they always look at me like I'm crazy or something. I'm like, no, man, it's all good. It's you. So anyway, we were talking a little bit, and he, we were talking about crypto, and I went ahead and I told him who I was on YouTube. And I don't generally do that very often because I don't really want the whole world. I don't really want a lot of people. It sounds weird, but I don't really feel comfortable if too many people know me or know of me, like where I live. It's kind of weird. But yeah, and that's it. And I told him, I was like, I'll give you a shout out, but I never even got his name, and I completely forgot the name of the barbershop. But then I'm thinking, you know what? I'm probably not going to do a shout out for something because I might go back. And I don't know. I don't want anybody waiting for me like, hey, you got crypto wallets on you? Give them to me. And then I got to fight them before my karate combat fight. I don't want to do that. Thumbs up helps. So hit it. That's right, Thor. I just heard this joke today. What did Mike Tyson say to Chris Hemsworth? What did Mike Tyson say to Chris Hemsworth while they were training together? You're going to be Thor tomorrow. I thought that was hilarious. Crow, watch Mitch Ray TA. He is the best on YouTube at teaching. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll make a note. I really love my trade travel chill. My Aussie girlfriend. Let's see. She's talking about having me on her show on Crypto Banter at some point. Mitch Ray TA. All right. I will check him out. I'm assuming he identifies as a him. Being sarcastic. Emily, my cousin Emily's in chat on Facebook. Daniel Lawson, what? Are we back in grade school? Report someone. He was joking. They're all my cousins. I have half my family in live stream chat right now on different platforms. It's kind of funny. On the 13th, it's the DevNet on midnight. There we go. That's what I figured. Lion CEO, Crow, is your stake pool going to participate in midnight? You're damn straight it is. I heard if there's an airdrop, the coins will only go to wallets that are staked to pools that run midnight. Well, as a side chain, there's no reason why. Because it's my knowledge, my understanding that it will run as a side chain, not instead of Cardano. It's not like some of these other things where, people are like, if you stake to our node to support, like Sunday Swap, you're going to get Sunday tokens. I don't think it's like that. This is a side chain. I think they're going to run side by sides. Yes, my node will be running midnight. It's why I was asking Charles what I was asking. And he was sending me little bits of information because I want to make sure that my node is of the first. I want to break ground with midnight. Listen, I have two cats. My first cat is named Cardano. I named him intentionally because of Cardano. Our second cat, who's a black Maine Coon, beautiful ninja of the night cat, we named her Midnight, and that was before midnight was even announced. Okay, so I take that as a sign that yeah, of course, we're going to be running midnight on the Crow node. You're damn Skippy. How much time would you say you spend researching your trades every week? I haven't been making a lot of trades. I'm not sure if are you talking about like my Bitcoin, my Fair Desk trading? I don't research trades necessarily, but I'm always researching the craft of trading, and I'm always trying to learn new things. I spend a lot of time experimenting with new indicators, trying to find the ebbs and flows of what works, what doesn't, what's good, what does it mean just because something triggers, even if it has a high accuracy rate. I like to try and see what makes it inaccurate, what makes it a false signal. And at the same time doing that, it helps me learn and better understand the importance of various candle sizes, like time frames and things. So I spend a lot of time. I'm always learning. We are family. No, 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 no. Smash the likes, all you for me. I'm a poet and didn't know it. I would love to learn to trade. George Connolly, man, you should, dude. One of my real life homies from back in the day, back in the old hometown of Kentucky and Cincinnati area. It's good to see you, man. Glad to see you're still with it. What up, Crow? What's going on? Wrench me, please. I don't even know how to wrench people. I think I could do it on YouTube itself, but I'm not on YouTube right now. I wouldn't mind giving out a couple wrenches to folks to help me in chat. What do the green horizontal lines stand for? Those are basically points of liquidity for the most part. They're basically like, you know, where when the price goes up and then it redirects and it changes course and it comes down, it's typically basically saying this is as far as the price would go. And so you can create kind of a liquidity level to basically say, listen, when we get back to that green area, whether it's a support or a resistance, we're going to see some fighting going on there, and we might bounce down from there, or we could break through it. So yeah, those are all support and resistance areas of interest. Does that trading platform work in the US? Yes, it does. My Fair Desk works pretty much everywhere, and they actually have licensing. If you go down, if you look in the description, you'll see the link, right? And I don't even think you have to do KYC. And I actually had somebody else message me asking me, hey, anytime I try one of these platforms, when I try to withdraw from within the US, they give me flack for it. And they either make me do a big process to do it. He's like, do you know if Fair Desk does it? I'm like, I don't think so. And I asked my contact there, and he's like, no, he should be fine. And I told him, I'm like, I don't know, try it out with a small sum first, you know, make sure everything's fluid. And he did, and he loves it. He was like, this is great. For Fair Desk has been really, really cool, man. Even my guy, my contact he's on it. I message him. He doesn't leave me hanging for 3 days or a week. You know, like other exchanges I've tried to work with in the past, and he very much wants to be helpful. So I'm digging what I've got going on with Fair Desk right now. I just need to grow it. And I really, really, really want them. I know they're working on launching kind of a spot exchange service, at which point I want them to list the Crow token. And just because I would have fun trading Crow tokens just for fun, like, you know, and just kind of playing with that as a market. But we'll see. You know, I know he's like, it's a few weeks out. They're interested. You know, we might be able to get something going here, but I think they definitely want me to build up myself on Fair Desk. And so I'm like, all right, well, you know, I can't make people do stuff, but if people want to start trading and they want to start learning alongside me, then they will. So we'll just have to wait and see. Crow has it figured out. I'm always right sometimes. You know, to be real honest, for quite a while, I've been playing kind of dumb in the trading space. I definitely do, not because I know what support and resistance is, but like, yes, Fair Desk works in the US, David Mercer, and you don't need KYC for smaller trades. There you go. But I never wanted anyone trading or copy trading me or doing what I do. Even when I was starting to get out of Cardano because the market had peaked and I finally had everything set up to be able to do it. You know, I didn't announce it right away because I'm like, you know, I know I'm right, but what if I'm not? And I can second guess myself a lot. And I just never want to lead anybody down a bad path. I really don't. I think I would be devastated if like I did something or I made a move or I told somebody something and then they're like, oh, I did this. And, you know, like if I would have been like pumping FTX or something back in the day, that would be, I don't know, man. I might have jumped off a bridge if I caused a bunch of people to lose money like that. But you know, I don't know. Yeah. I don't even know what else to say about that. This is exactly what Mitch Ray TA teaches, Crow. You should check his stuff out. I will. I'll check him out for sure. And if I watch some of his stuff and I like his lessons and I'm learning from him and I'm able to put it to use in ways that if it's stuff I haven't learned before or already know, I'd be more than happy to give him some plugs or even bring him on the show. Teach us all. Copy is the way. Love you, Crow. Keep up the good work. What's up, Joseph A? It was nice to see you, man. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a little while. I'm selling my Bitcoin to BlackRock. Continue to graph. I'm not selling. Oh, that's funny. Let us dump into a great buying deep. We will see. This is exciting. It's always exciting. This is interesting. Okay. Can't wait till Kopi hits Coinbase. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I told him, man, I mean, the team knows I am waiting to build. I am waiting to get the tools necessary to start building. I just want to start building my dome, and I want to start putting like a real legitimate business plan together. And I want to like figure out, how do I get more deeply involved? And, I want my Murder of Crows NFTs. And if I can finagle a way to work in my Crow tokens, I want to do that too. I would love to be able to set up a way to use Crow tokens as like a real utility, like a utility virtual currency within my dome. Like, you can get access to certain things with the Murder of Crows NFTs, but if you've got Crow tokens, well, now you can open up another door here that's going to allow people to do XYZ. We'll see. I've definitely got big plans for Cornucopias, though, and I think that there's any metaverse platform out there that's going to empower me to do the things that I want to do, it's going to be them, and I'm super pumped about it. Same with the coding. Maybe it's just a correction. I don't know. Trading is a lifestyle, Mr. Crow. You have the qualifications for it. Trading absolutely is a lifestyle. It's just like anything else, man. It's like if you want to be a big bodybuilder, you've got to learn the science. If you want to be a lot of people back in the day used to think bodybuilders were just big dumb oxes, and it's like, you know what? Every bodybuilder I know is wicked smart. I mean, and the best bodybuilders I know are damn near scientists. Couple of them are. I know 2 bodybuilders that literally are scientists who have launched their own, supplement lines and things like that. And they're just wicked smart people. And they know every little damn thing about the body. They're not surgeons. Maybe if you fall and bust your leg, they're not going to cut you open and fix the broken bone, but they can probably tell you everything that's happening inside that leg that's going to stop you from getting big. So, yeah, and I feel like that's the same thing, trading, programming. If I really wanted to commit to becoming a programmer, it'd have to become a lifestyle, something I'm doing each and every day. But that's what good habits are about. And so right for me, I think trading is where it's at for me, because I love the complicated nature of it. Too many requests and passions. I have the same problem and need cut back and be more focused on trading. Yeah, man. It's one of those things too, where I feel like it's not like riding a bike, because I was actively trading for a while and I was doing pretty well, but then I got caught up in a lot of other things. And then by the time I started coming back to it, I'm like, man, what does this mean? I can't remember this pattern. And it's like, I always jokingly say I've forgotten more than many people have learned will learn in their lifetimes about everything. To me, it's kind of true, because when I really dive into something, I dive in. I'm listening to audiobooks. I'm reading books. I'm watching videos. I'm absorbing everything all the time. And if I'm not actively using it consistently day in and day out, I start to forget. And there's only so much room in this old brain of mine. So I got to do what I can. Maybe wait a bit longer, and if it goes back in your favor. I would rather trade than sell houses or work at Walmart. Yeah, it's going to be a tough road and all of that here for a while. Hit them likes, Crows. Haha. Exchanges are shit. Not all exchanges. Not all of them. I put all mine in there the other day. Not sure what we're talking about there. Will Exodus Wallet allow for midnight airdrop if it does airdrop? I have no idea. I would think so, but I have no way of knowing 100% until more is known. There's still so many unknowns related to Cardano's midnight, and I can't wait to learn more about it, because I'm excited about it. Hundreds of billions in unrealized losses for banks. It's essential to see the lightning bolts. Yeah, that's true. Banks are going to have a rough go. Crow, you need to have Paul Barron on and get him informed. I heard my friend met Mona. Mona was telling me something about Paul Barron. Like, he's a good dude. He's a nice guy, but he's just not. He's got something about Cardano, and I'm not sure what it is. And I watched a video recently where he was kind of doing a recap of the Cardano Summit, and it was titled something about Cardano Summit embarrassing or whatever. And I'm like, what? Who? Like, what? I don't know, man. he either holds Solana or he's a big to guess and assume one of the two is true. But it is what it is, man. Not everybody has to like Cardano, and that's the beauty of the crypto space. Like that, in a bull market, everything's going to go up. It's just a matter of what's going to go up to a level that's going to change lives. And I believe the Cardano is definitely going to be changing lives. But to be quite honest, as I've said a couple times, as much as it pains me to believe it or to say it, I think people that hold Solana are going to do really well too. I mean, there's just no fighting it. Whether it's a VC project full of Ponzonomics that a bunch of these whales are basically just playing everybody with, it's still going to go up because they're not going to let it go down. I mean, it is what it is. I'm never 100% right. I am always right sometimes, as I say. Yeah, backhanded headline. I assume we're still talking about the same thing. Yeah. I don't understand why people do that, but whatever. You're okay. I see you're referencing the Elon Musk article. Yeah, I mean, UC Berkeley, somebody writing something that tries to make Elon look terrible. I mean, go figure. It's just the way that hive works is really repugnant. And they all think they're really cute and clever about it. And then they sit around in their coffee shops trying to get laid with these liberal girls. And they're like, did you see my article where I trashed Elon Musk? I'm so smart. And then they like roast like vegan marshmallows together and talk about how great they are. It's whatever. Paul Barron, I don't really know that much about Paul Barron personally. His setup is nice, I'll say that. But I don't know much about him. Think for yourself. A lot of people are too afraid to think for themselves. They know that they're crazy, so they don't trust themselves. My Aunt Diana, I would share this, but she posts Bibles on Facebook, and I don't think I'm not sure she realizes that would probably fill my entire screen. But thank you, Diana. I love you too. I appreciate it. I'll flash that again. Okay, so we're back down to that. That's cool. Crypto Chef. I mean, I'm still not even a Tesla guy, but appreciate Elon for thinking out loud. I'm not a Tesla guy either, personally. I don't actually think, I think these EV companies and the companies they've been trying to build EVs, I think that like everything else that the woke left tries to push and enforce and bring to fruition, it just falls apart one way or another. It's just not, I think that when it comes to like green energy, there's a right way and a wrong way. Like hydrogen vehicles, I think that's legitimately going to take over at some point. I don't think it's about electric vehicles. Electric vehicles are great for these 15-minute cities that they're trying to push, but outside of that, they serve no real legitimate purpose. Nobody wants to be, white knuckling it, trying to make sure that their batteries don't die out before they get to the next charging station. Okay. And it's like, yeah, people go, well, you're going to do the same thing if you run out of gas, but it's like, there are gas stations everywhere. Like you're going to find gas stations more than you're going to find these EV stations. And on top of that, man, the waste and these batteries in these things, they're like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 just so you got like an $80,000 car where the batteries half the cost of the car. And then once that goes bad, you have to replace the whole thing. No thanks, man. I love some of these electric vehicles and I love how smooth and quiet they are and they're fast and all of that. But I'm just, I almost got one and I'm just like, I just don't think I'm ready to deal with that yet. Hey, Crow, tell us if Cronode will participate. I already answered that. Absolutely. Algorand CEO for stablecoin, Polkadot SDKs for interoperability, Cardano for base layer and security. Number one, ADA. Yeah, I'm all about it. I need AI teeth. I do too. I need to whiten my teeth soon. Algorand should be a layer 2 of Cardano. Who knows? Them's me teeth. Oh, that's a real photo. Oh, well, look at this guy. I think we got a movie star in chat and he's got money to burn because he's throwing tips at me. So what do I don't know what I can do about that. Do you hold XRP? I do actually hold some XRP. Why wouldn't I? Absolutely. Paid six figs for that shite. There we go. Like I said, we got a movie star in the chat here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Gregory. All right, one more thing. What's this? Cody and over collateralized Jed looks interesting with pending partnership coming. Yep. Listen, man, I think that we're going to see so much crazy cool stuff happen in between now and the peak of the next run. And I'm just going to sit back, and just share it and talk about it as it comes, because, I try to educate people as best I can during the bear market. And when times are down, and I really should be calling it the build market, because somebody else said that to me recently. I'm like, that's good. I'm going to steal it. Oh, you know what? I want to show you guys this too. Hopefully I can show you this. I just got this in the mail today. I just ordered it. Oh, you can't see how cool it is because the white is, like parts of this aren't showing, but this is a Nerd Miner 2. And I love this thing. You cannot see how cool it is with all of the little digital numbers and all of the data that it's showing me. It's mining Bitcoin. This is mining Bitcoin right now, just so you know. And, it's not going to make me rich, but like everything else I do, it's just a fun thing. Just another fun thing that Crow likes to do, because I'm a nerd and I like nerd shit. And that's fine by me. Mining up at 55.40. Hold on. What is this? I forget the metric here. I can barely see it. KH a second. So each one of these is mining Bitcoin at 55, 56. They're fluctuating, and it's on a pool. It's on the Nerd Miner pool. Who knows, man? One day I might get some Bitcoin off of it. I don't know. It's probably just mining like a Satoshi a week for all I know, but it looks damn cool. And I think I want to turn this into some sort of like pop culture, cyberpunk art. That I'm going to put it on a wall, and I don't know. If I do, I'll show you. And who knows? Maybe it might be an opportunity to like resell these things. Maybe if I get these in bulk and I start, coming up with a really cool way of turning them into pop culture art for people. I can't remember what I paid for it. I think it was, I only think it was like $250 maybe. I'm not sure, but, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it, get to some other work. I got to continue reading my book. I've been live for an hour. That's not too bad, right? You guys don't want to listen to me rambling on around random shit for too long. You get bored of me and you never come back. But I really do appreciate all you guys joining me tonight. I wish you have a very good evening. Stay safe, crow your coins. And until next time, guys, I'll see you soon.